He owned a single-story, three-bedroom home near Rodeo Park in Henderson, with a two-car garage and a yard covered with gravel and an assortment of desert flora. In his mid-30s, Dean Kale was of medium height and weight, with a square jaw and a head of thick blonde hair cut short. He came to the door wearing jeans, a pair of scuffed brown loafers, and a rumpled chambray shirt. There were bags under his eyes, and his complexion was pallid. After Snow introduced Alice and himself, Kale nodded solemnly, stepped back behind the door, and waved them inside. "I'd offer you something to drink," Kale said, "but all I have is tap water. I don't even own a coffee maker. I either get my coffee at the casino when the horses are running, or at 7-Eleven when they're dark." "That's okay," Snow said. "We're fine." Kale slouched into a stuffed chair with worn edging, and Alice and Snow sat next to each other on the matching couch. It sagged so badly that Snow's knees were nearly even with his chest. He felt like he was sitting on the floor. Kale saw him struggling to get comfortable and said, "I have to apologize. I've been putting off getting new furniture. I don't usually have company over, and I seldom use it myself. I'm usually at the casino. In fact, I should be there now, but I can't seem to get up the energy to drive there. And I can't concentrate. I keep thinking about what happened to Billy. It's been a week and I'm still having trouble coming to terms with it. Have you two got any leads?" Snow shook his head. "No," he said. "We're just getting started." Wondering where to put his hands, he finally rested them on his knees. He felt like a downhill skier preparing to shuss off a mountain peak. Frowning, Kale nodded. "The cops don't have anything either. They hauled ass over here to interrogate me after they finished with Gina and her brothers. I guess that's standard procedure since I was the last known person to see Billy alive, but I couldn't be of much help to them." "Did you happen to notice anyone follow you out of the casino that night?" Snow asked. "No, but neither one of us was paying much attention. Billy was 3 sheets to the wind, and I was feeling pretty good myself. We should have taken a taxi, I guess, but it probably wouldn't have altered the outcome. I've been thinking. If I had insisted on driving him all the way home, they wouldn't have tried to rob both of us together. But that's nonsense. If I had driven him home, we'd probably both be dead." Alice sat with her knees together, her fingers interlaced around her shins. She looked as though she were in mid-air doing a cannonball off a diving board. "You were driving Billy's car," she said, "when the two of you left the casino?" Kale nodded. "He couldn't even walk straight. So I talked him into letting me drive him as far as my house. I wanted to drive him all the way home and then come back for him in the morning to head to the casino, but I couldn't talk him into it. He only had a couple miles to go, and there's never any traffic at that time of the night. Or morning." "Did you notice any cars following you from the casino parking lot?" Alice said. "To be honest," Kale said, "I wasn't paying attention to the traffic behind me. I never do." "Gina said that Billy had a lot of cash on him," Snow said. "I assume you did too. Were you two always so careless with it?" Kale offered a half-hearted grin. "When we were drinking, we were. But you assume wrong. Billy had a good run of luck. I ended up borrowing $3,000 from him and then ended up losing that. I only had $80 on me when we left the casino." "I was told you and Billy were betting against each other at the crap table, and the dialogue between you got pretty heated." "It was always that way," Kale said, waving his hand dismissively. "Billy and I were good friends. We always sat together in the sports book. We ate, drank, and gambled together and usually drove to and from the casino together. But we had a friendly rivalry going most of the time. It livened things up. We both made good money betting the horses, but our strategies differ greatly. We seldom bet the same races, and when we did, we'd usually back different horses."